What's going on, everyone? Jake here with this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. Exciting day today. First day of 2018 ICAST. Best day for the bass fishermen. You can see all the new products out there. We got a bunch of stuff on the table for you today. Some of the stuff's going to be pre-order. Some of it's even already in stock and available to buy now. All the stuff is getting released today at ICAST. Let's jump right into everything that's going on out there. So the first thing we're going to show you, one we've been waiting a long time for, is the River to Sea James Watson Worldwide Spoon. We've been waiting a long time for this thing to come in. Really excited to have it. We're stoked to have a sample to show you guys. This is just a little bit different take on your traditional flutter spoon. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter and a little bit wider than most of your traditional flutter spoons out there. And what's unique about it is got a lot of the weight is centered down here in the rear end of it. So when you throw this thing, it'll actually swim away from you. So it's one of the great things about it is you can flip docks with it, and it'll actually slide up underneath the docks and get to those fish that you previously couldn't get to with a spoon. Also, another cool thing about it, already has hand-tied stinger hook on there for those fish that, you know, attack the head of it and you miss them, don't get them with the treble. Already got that stinger hook on there ready to go. Next thing from River to Sea, we got the new Whopper Plopper 75. Whopper Plopper is no secret anymore. It's been on fire the last few years. Now we got a new size, a new 75. So we all know the fish catching capabilities of the Whopper Plopper. Definitely need to throw this one in your arsenal. Also be another good one for, you know, kids to get into fishing, for kids to throw. It's not too big, not going to overpower them, super fun to throw, get a lot of bites, get a lot of action, and, you know, kids get on a good topwater bite, you know they're going to be hooked for life. Check those guys out from River to Sea. Next up from Nichols Lures, this is the new Pulsator Hoosier series spinnerbait. So, you know, the Nichols Pulsator spinnerbait, it's built on the Pulsator frame. It's a tremendous spinnerbait, great head design. Perfect, you know, perfect frame on there with the wire size. It gives you the perfect balance of vibration and strength. But the Hoosier series has got that Colorado-Indiana blade combination on there. So it's perfect for you guys that are fishing dirty water, especially at nighttime. You need a little bit more vibration to call those fish in. Definitely check that one out. All right, next up from Missile Baits, we got the new Bomb Shot worm. Awesome little worm here by Missile Baits. D-bomb inspired worm, as you can see the body on it. Similar to shape as a D-bomb, but a lot skinnier, but still has the full ribbing in it, just like a D-bomb. Solid head on it, and it's got a little flat paddle tail on there. It's super skinny, so it's going to get a lot of action. You just barely move the rod, and this thing's going to quiver and shimmy and do all that in the water. With that solid head as well, going to be great for nose hooking, not going to get torn up and ruin the worm too easy. Also going to be a great option for Texas rigging. So you can Texas rig it on a drop shot and stay perfectly weedless, so you can go through a little bit, you know, thicker cover and not get hung up. Great little worm there by Missile Baits. All right, by Strike King, we got a couple new baits. Strike King's got a bunch of stuff that came out this year, a bunch of new colors and a bunch of products. We got a couple samples of a few of the new plastics we're going to show you guys today. This one right here is their new, their fat coffee tube. So you can see it's 2.75 inches in length, but it still remains the same diameter as their 3.5 inch, 4-inch tube. So a little bit fatter tube, just get a little bit more compact profile. It's still fishing on a jig head just like a normal tube, but you can do other things with this tube. It's small in size, you can even drop shot it, do, you know, a few different things with it, but awesome little tube there by Strike King. And then we got their new Gurgle Toad. This is an awesome toad bait, really flat bottom on it, so it comes up and planes really well and stays on the surface. And it's got these little J-shaped legs on there that just have that little, you know, gurgling swimming action on top. Not too crazy, but just enough, you know, to call the fish out and, you know, get a lot of bites of that thing. You can put it on a buzzbait, rig it on an EWG hook, and, you know, put this thing in a lot of places where the big fish live. Next up, we got the new Magnum Game Hawg. Now this is just a step up from the original Game Hawg. Now I believe it's 5.25 inches in length. Just a little bit beefier profile, just to get those bigger bites. So you guys trying to target, you know, kicker-sized fish at the end of the day. You know, increase the weight on your bag, it's definitely going to be the way to go. You get a little bit bigger profile, great for flipping, pitching. You can even throw this on like a jig and get a, you know, giant profile jig. Bunch of things you can do. So check these out by Strike King. Next up, Daiwa Yamamoto. We got a new extension of the Neko Fat worm. Now they're coming out. We got a 4-inch Neko Fat worm to extend the Neko Fat lineup, and then we got a new Tackle Warehouse exclusive color. We're super pumped to show you guys. It's green pumpkin, black and blue laminate, so you got green pumpkin on the bottom, black and blue on top. Basically, you got the two best colors in one, so we're super stoked to put that in the Neko Fat and then the regular Neko worm as well. Check these out. All right, next up from Bandit Baits, we got the new Bandit Bait square bill. It might look like your regular old square bill, but what's cool about this is the Bandit square bill is actually made with the old school butyrate plastic that they used to make all the old crankbaits out of. So they're bringing that back. A lot of the crankbaits now are made out of that new PVC plastic, but the butyrate kind of got that, it's more softer, more muted, different tone to it. So it's not as high pitch, a little bit lower tone. So it gets a little bit different sound, and it, just a great square bill all around bill. It got a shaved bill on it, so it deflects great off cover. Got a great action to it, and then it comes stock EWG hooks ready to go on it. So check that one out from Bandit. All right, we got a couple top waters to show you guys. The first one here is by Booyah Baits. This is new Booyah Squelcher Buzzbait. This buzzbait's pretty unique because the blade design on it, when you look at it from this angle, you can see it's got a S curve to it. So it's not flat like your traditional buzzbait blades, and what that does is it goes against the rivet here and it makes a lot higher pitch noise. So you get a lot better noise out of it. And also a few other key features on this flat head design, as you can see, how wide the shape this is. This gets on plane super quick, gets to the surface, and then you can use a little bit slower retrieve to stay in the strike zone a lot longer. Also, some of the key components I noticed on here, it's got a hand-tied skirt, which is really nice. A little bit of Mylar mixed in there with the skirt, super stout hook, got a keeper on there for putting soft plastic. A great little buzzbait by Booyah. Next up, from Big Bite Baits, we got the new Suicide Shad Buzzbaits. A lot of people are starting to switch over to putting plastics and stuff like that on their buzzbaits versus skirts. Big Bite's just giving you one right out the pack. So you get the Suicide Shad swim bait on there, connected to a buzzbait. It's got a fast rising head as well, so it gets to the top really quickly. Stays up in the strike zone, allows you to use a little bit slow retrieve as well. If you guys never use a Suicide Shad, this is a tremendous swim bait just by itself, and now they're adding it with that fish attracting power of a buzzbait. I believe this pack, it comes pre-rigged, and then you get one replacement body as well. Another great one there by Big Bite. All right, we got a couple by Yum. The first one here is their Tip Toad. See another soft plastic frog here? Flat bottom, gets up on top really quick, but I like about this one, it has the belly slot, so a little bit less plastic you have to drive through, so you get a little bit of hookup on it. And what I noticed about this frog is on the legs here, it's kind of got a double cupped foot on the bottom. So with those feet on there, those are gonna actually kick a lot harder, you're gonna kick up a lot more water, you're gonna get a lot louder action, a lot bigger bubble trail. So, great for fishing by itself, putting on your buzzbait, whatever you like. It's a new awesome little toad there from Yum. Next up, we got the new Yum Dinger bulk packs. Everyone knows how good the Yum Dinger works. It catches a ton of fish. There's a million ways you can rig the soft stick bait. Now you can get them for a 30 pack. I believe they're $9.99. You get 30 pack of them, so make sure you get those, guys. All right, next up, got a bunch of stuff from Abu Garcia that came out at ICAST. A few things that we have a sample of for pre-order just to give you guys a look. From Tackle Warehouse Pro Saver Mike Iaconelli, we got the new Ike Series Revo casting reel, the Ike Series Revo spinning reel, and his rods as well. This casting, the Revo Ike casting reel, super strong reel. When you hold it in your hand, you can feel it's like really solid construction on it. I believe it's got 11 bearings in there. Durabas gears, the carbon matrix drag system from Abu Garcia. One of the key features of Ike's reel though, is you can see this big carbon fiber swept handle on it with these new knobs on here, these power knobs. See, different than any other knob I've ever seen on the market, and when you actually start to crank on it, you can feel that it locks in really well and you get a lot of power with it, so it's super cool. Same thing on the spinning reel. Big carbon fiber handle with that knob on there as well, just a little bit different, allows you to get a lot more fingers on there, a lot more controlled, not gonna slip out of your hand as easily as a lot of other reels. I believe the spinning reel's got 10 bearings in it, just another awesome, great spinning reel. We also got the Iaconelli paint on there as well. Last up, we got the whole Ike series of rods. So the new Ike series rods come just as the same as the last series with the power series, delay series, and the spinning rod series. There is a few new models in each of the lineup, so there's just expansion of the models, upgraded components on all the rods, and one of the awesome things here Ike did as well is the new grip on the bottom. I've never seen a grip that's got the fingers cut out on there, and when you put this in, you can feel like, why hasn't every rod had those on there? They're super comfortable, and just it seems nice to fish with all day, get a lot more power and just a lot more control with that grip on there. All right, last up, but definitely not least, we got a whole new rod company. This is Ritual Angling. These guys are out of Southern California. We got their RI1 series and their RI2 series. The RI1, I believe, is an IM8 graphite blank. RI2 is actually an exclusive Ritual composite blank. So they're both extremely lightweight, extremely sensitive, got a lot of power in these. They got C guides on them. Both of them pretty, minimalistic design. Super comfortable in your hand, but you get like, that really nice custom rod feel for a tremendous price. I believe the RI1 comes in at $119.99. RI2 comes in at $169.99. So you have the EVA foam on, it's either split grip or full grip depending on the model, and same thing, split grip, full grip with the cork handle on the RI2. They got everything from, lightweight spinning finesse rod all the way up to, 8-ounce swim bait rod. So definitely give these a shot by Rich Little Angling. One of the other cool things that they're coming out with is actually their rod sleeve. So, just like every rod sleeve slides down, protects your rods from tangles, everything like that. But they have this patent pending little strap here on the bottom that actually cinches down. So you're not gonna have any problems with these flying off the end of, off the end of it when you're driving around the lake, if you're like a co-angler or something like that at the back of your truck. And then the most awesome thing about it is, guys, with your rod locker, you take these off and you cinch these down and you can store them. So you're not gonna open your rod locker up and there's not gonna be, rod sleeves flying all over the place, getting stuck in all your, in your crankbaits while you're driving around. So just an awesome rod sleeve that I think is gonna be a little bit of a game changer there by Rich Little Angling. All right, guys, that was a lot of products to throw at you today, a lot of information, ton of stuff coming out this year at ICAST. For more information on the products you can hear today, click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Let us know down in the comments which one of these products you're most pumped about.